All right, this is a video on the first digit, and it is also a video on something I've been practicing that has been working really, really good. So I know I already talked about a little bit of this, but this is just something I'm doing and thinking, and I'd like to show it. So, first of all, like tonight, I was able to tell that Minnesota, I know this is showing Iowa, or I'm sorry, Ohio, but for Minnesota, I could tell there was going to be a 7 or a 9 on the front, and there was a 7. And this is one of the um this is how I a lot of times how I find that out. So if you look at this, you'll notice that in Ohio, that combined, the A, there hasn't been a 0, 1, 2, or 3 in 11 draws, and you can tell that it hits quite often. So I would bank on Ohio being a 0, 1, 2, or a 3 tomorrow. And if I was to guess one, I would guess the 2. I think the 2 will jump up to the A tomorrow. I think there's a good chance for that. It can't be 100%, but there is a good chance that that 2 jumps over to the A position in Ohio. Now, instead of just sitting here searching through every one of these and trying to figure out what's out on each position, or one position. So what I do is just look at the inspection, look at the dew filter report, 1 to 10%, and I keep it at 1%. We do key A, and we got the Peyton ABC. Okay, and that gives you, and I just ignore the C's. Typically, I ignore the C's because a lot of times they dominate, which is pretty surprising. So here you have Ohio, and you have Pennsylvania with a B, which is a 4, 5, or a 6. Let's just go over to 2%, see what's going on. So, yeah, looking here in maybe Georgia. Georgia also probably be an A soon. So I like to look at this. Typically 1 to 3% for this particular one. Now you can do the same thing. Just jump over to the B position, see what's going on in the B position. So now I like to look at them combined though, instead of just mid or evening. Like what was that one for Georgia? That was key A, and that was at 2%. So Georgia is combined, and it's a key A. So same thing. I'll just go over here and I'll look at it on the front one. This is the front tracking because there's a front, middle, and a back. Okay, I'm looking at the front, and we're going to go to Georgia and do combined, which is nice because now you're concluding all these. That means that there hasn't been an A position, okay, in 8 draws. I thought it would have been more than that, but because you got so many different, how many draws are there? Oh, there's only 3 draws, so that's what I'm saying. So I thought that there would have been more, but you can tell that there hasn't been an A. So 0, 1, 2, or 3. And if I had to guess, I would say possibly a 2 or a 3 will jump up to the front position for Georgia tomorrow if it is ready for that to hit. Okay, so that's how I'm looking at the first digit a lot of times. And then a lot of times, just in general, I will look at the key A position just to see what's going on. Like right now, Maryland, you got 0 out 36 draws on the front. Now, I'm not a positional player, really. I don't like just come in here and do this normally. And what I do is I play box like I've shown. And then after I do box, then I convert it to straight. And if I have a smaller amount of numbers, I will convert it to straight. And then I'll come in here and start, trying to figure out the best way to put those box numbers that I have, if I want to go for straight, because I'm not really big into winning just little box wins here and there and then spending more money than I'm making. So, okay. So that's just one way I'm looking at using this filter in conjunction with this one, the ABC. Another thing that's nice is this right here. So digit filters for each position, it just shows it a little differently. I kind of like it better than just looking at this one because this one's kind of dry. I really like that this one shows you the colors. I mean, look at this. So the A, which we're looking at, maybe the 2, right? In Ohio. Well, look at, there's no purple or blue. I think it's a purple. So there's no purple at all. And look at, watch this. It's constantly hitting. So, I mean, you could even switch it over to midday and it's probably the same situation. There's a blue, purple, whatever. Look at that. That's going to be hitting in Ohio. That's an easy win because if you can spend a little bit more money and play online, you can do very little narrowing, little bit of filtering, and you should be able to get a win. And if it doesn't hit, just stick with it because it will for sure. It's coming. So that's one way of looking for a digit. You can do that for A, B, or C, obviously. But so another thing I want to say is this. So go to the 1%, go to numbers, and then go to, first of all, I'll show you this. Like I was saying, clean is something to watch because you can get a smaller pool numbers. Look at that, nothing. And you go to 2%, all dirty. Look at that. Don't even really care so much about those ones because there's just a bigger group of numbers. So that dirty. Did I already do that one? I think I gotta go to 4% before I get to clean. Yep. So Georgia, midday, and California, midday, clean. And Maryland, clean. That's what I was thinking about tonight too, because I want to show you something. So there is this is really cool. I really like this. Really gives you smaller pools to fish out of. Now you can do the same thing for like this too. Like look at that New York midday. That'll be hitting for sure. I ain't gonna stay out too much longer, I wouldn't think. I don't want to get off my thought here. So okay. Go down to my right here, the single boxed pair pattern. Okay, not the SBP, but the SBPP. Okay, and then you're going to go to 1%, and you're going to look at these. You'll notice Wisconsin's been out, okay? Or not been out 11, but pattern 11 is out. It has not hit now in a long time. So is there anything from Maryland? Because that's what I wanted to show you here, but maybe I'll do another video from Maryland so I'm not spending so much time on this. But so if you go to Wisconsin, if you go to Wisconsin, I keep the distance tab open now, and I also keep the chances tab open. Basically the same thing. When you look, it just kind of gives you. I like the chances because it gives you the yellow and stuff like that, and kind of gives you a little warning. But I want to show you this. So if you go to single box pair pattern, same thing. Like I said, in the distance. Let me go down to that Wisconsin one quick. You'll see it shows it like this though. So which one do you like better? I don't know. I think I like this one better because it shows you these are ones that just hit, and then these are a little bit kind of pushing out more, showing you a little bit of the days. When you look at the distance, it's kind of everything just looks the same, except for there's always that one, But I would like to look at the one. I mean, look at the 11. It's been out 39 draws combined for Wisconsin. And now remember, if you go to, okay, first of all, check this out. I'm not going to do this because it's going to take too much time, but you can run through all these states. I was just showing my wife earlier this. You can go run through all these states. And here, just pick one. Virginia, 22. The longest that these pair patterns have been out. So 22, 20. Oklahoma, 16. Here, just pick one. Iowa, 29. So there we got a 29 right there. Delaware, 16. Arizona, 23. California, 24. Here, District of Columbia, 25. Georgia, 24. The highest out, right? I mean, the longest out. Kentucky, 23. Louisiana, 10. The longest it's been out is 10. That's combined even. Maine, tri-state, 23. Look at that. See that? And then you go down here. Let me do another one as I'm walking down there. New Mexico, only out 14. North Carolina, 27. That's the longest spin out. Now you jump all the way down to Wisconsin here, 39. 39. That's going to be hitting for sure. Now, the other night, I knew that there was more than likely. What I've been practicing with this, with the pair pattern, is that in the chances or in the distance, whatever you like, the top 3, maybe 4, okay, if it doesn't hit, if one of these isn't grabbed and used within, say, 2-3 draws, it's I can't say guaranteed, but it is so likely for it to hit. Because watch this. So go back now because it's been 2 draws now. So let's go back to this. So this is what I was sitting at the other night, and I thought that one of those top 3 would be used. And when you go watch 5 was used. And then today midday, I was telling somebody about this, and I said, I don't know if it's going to be used because it just was, but maybe the top 3, one of those will be used again. And you go to that, and there you go. The 8 was used. And then let's see, then it's 11, 14, and 2. And we're going to go to the current. 11, 14, and 2. Boom. See? It was used again. That's 3 in a row. Now watch. What's cool about this is go to reduce numbers because you're doing box. Doesn't matter. It just takes away the duplicate. And look at this. There's only 30 numbers. 30 numbers. There's only 30 numbers. And the cool part about this is you don't need to have all of them, because like tonight's number for Wisconsin, gosh, I wish I could just remember it so I don't have to sit there and look it up. I'm sorry, let me just look it up quick. It was 076, which is so annoying because I have right here on my paper, I have 07 wrote down, and I have 02, and I have 04, I think, as my top. I knew the 0 was going to hit tonight. I knew it. I knew that today there was going to be no, I thought the 0 would be hit on midday, but last night I knew there was going to be a 0 or a 3, and the 3 hit. I knew tonight that 0 was very likely, and sure enough, it showed up. I missed it. I played a couple other ones, of course. Drives me nuts. I looked at the sum 13 was due, and sometimes just looking, I'm sorry, I don't want to get off on this, but sometimes just looking at the sum, what am I doing? Sums group, you'll see in here. Okay, nope, not that one. What am I doing here? Just go to the basic sums. So sometimes just looking at the basic sums when zeros do is like, look at that, there's only 3 numbers in there. Only 3 numbers. I could have just played that one number right there. Or I mean, just played those 3 numbers into 13 because I was looking at sum 13 as hitting today. Unfortunately, I didn't. But okay, sorry, I don't get off that what I was talking about. So what's so cool is, okay, 067 hit, and there's that 2 that I was telling you, right? Pattern 2 hit. It was up in the top 3. And here it is right here, 067. But see, I didn't have to go and be like, let me see. Let me just go to that quick. I didn't have to come here and be like, is it going to be a 2, like 279? I didn't have to have all of those. All I had to do is have the heads up or a lead on one of those. That's it, because the other ones are included in there. See, 067, and then down here 067, and then a 9067. So all I had to do is have one. So it's only 30 numbers. If I would have I wouldn't have just played that one, but I'm saying like for instance, like this 11 right now. This 11 is going to hit. Like, it's not going to stay out forever. It's still, I think it is the longest one out on all the states. So we're already nearing, like, it's going to hit probably in the next draw or two. So I can use this, I can take, if I want to, I could just take that 1, or I could take, the top 3. I mean, it still starts me off with only 90 numbers boxed. And what's nice is it includes doubles. I can still get rid of keys and just do 0 to 1, or 0, 1, 2, and 3 key, which is going to bring it way down. And then I can look at the highs and lows, even odds, and all that fun stuff, and try to take it down and not filter out the winner. But, this is really cool because I always forget that you can just go through each state and check it out, whatever state you're playing, and see what's going on. Like, let's just pick one. Let's just pick South Carolina. So South Carolina has 9, 14, and 10 out right now. And you'll see down here, let's see, 12, 7, and 4. Okay, there must have been like a double or something used. So let's not do that one. So, well, actually, no, it shouldn't have. Let me just go to previous draw. 2, 7, 4. I don't know what the number was there. So let me just do a different one. Let me do New Jersey. So New Jersey, okay, current draw. Also 11's out 17. So 11, 3, 10. So here, 5, 1, and 4. Go to the previous draw. 4 was used. See that? Top 3 again. And then let's do it again. 15, 6, and 7. So let's see where those were. Go back 2 days. Look at that. 15 was yellow. See what I'm saying? And it was used. Here, 7, 13, and 1. Let's go back 3 draws. That one did not. No, but let's see. Okay, 5, 8, and 14. Let's go back 4 draws. That was not used either. 7, 5, and 9. So now I bet this one's used. No. 5, 14, and 7. I feel like now I'm getting lost. I don't know what I'm talking about. But getting up there, I just totally lost myself on this. I normally only just do the current to like maybe 3 days out. Sorry. But you get the point. What I'm trying to say is if it hasn't been taken from the top 2, maybe 2, but I'd say 3 or 4. If it hasn't been taken from that, used in say maybe 2, 3 draws, I'd get ready. It's going to. Like, there's a very good chance. You just got to look at the days out too and see it. And also look at your patterns and see which ones hit more in your state. I mean, being that these each represent 3 box numbers, they're all going to hit relatively the same, you'd think, but they don't, because they're grouped. I grouped them together specifically, trying to get a couple to hit more than others. But that's what I want to show you. This single box pair pattern, what's nice is it includes the doubles, like I always was just messing around with my single box pair pattern, which is still awesome, but I mean, oh my gosh, I could show some stuff on that right now too that I've been doing. I've been doing the single box pair pattern over here, because like here, check this out for an example. This is Minnesota. This was today. So look at, this is what I seen today. This is what I seen today before the draw. You'll notice here on the times drawn, it looks like I have it as descending. Yeah, I don't even have it as descending. That's no sort. It literally looked like that. And today I really thought that there's going to be a 1, right, which comes from here, or a 3, right? And sure enough, look, it was a 1. That was down here earlier today before the drawing. Okay, and then there's ways to lower that number too. But so what I'm saying is, like, I took these yellow, right, and I put them in the slasher, and then I did a 0 or a 1 key to be used, and then I did a few other things like a 7 or a 9 I said on the front, and it was a 7. Unfortunately, I played 9, 4, 1, and I played 9, 40, and I played 7, 30, and I played I don't remember, but I missed it. So, but you'll see what I'm saying. Like, that hit. I had so many things hit. It's just that I reduced out the winner by doing too much filtering. So you got to kind of like, I'm learning, like I have to either, pick a main base thing to start with. Like either I start with the SBP or I start with the SBPP. And then I filter very carefully. And if I'm to try to convert to straight, then I got to be extra careful. Maybe have like a little bit of a bigger batch that I play online. If I do play online, that is, not too expensive. But then go crazy with the filters, to an extent, and then try to get it down to that maybe 2 or 3 numbers. And those are the ones I'm going to put maybe a couple extra dollars on or something. You know what I'm saying? So like if something's showing me something, that's what I'm saying. So, but this is really cool. Now, what I'm looking for in Minnesota for tomorrow is if you go to straight and you go to AB, I noticed that at the 90-day mark, which I like to look at the 60 to the 90, you'll notice on the straight AB, Minnesota, times drawn 2, 2, 3, 1, 3, all kinds of ones, 2, 5, 2, 1, 1. 1 dominates at this time period. 100%. There will be a 1 within the next few draws. Now watch it go a bunch of 2s, because that did happen to me about a month ago. But there's a really good chance that there's going to be a 1 here soon. And it is guaranteed that that 1 will hit pretty soon. Look at it. It dominates. And here are the ones right here. That's it. That's not that many. That's not that many front pairs. Now, I'm not saying play all these front pairs. But you could take these front pairs and you could put them in a slasher and start off with, I already did it earlier. This is 400 numbers straight. And then you can look at what's due right now. Like right now, 9 is due on the front. So if you think it's going to be a 9, then maybe there's a good chance it's going to be one of these. So this is a good base to start with, or the SBP or the SBPP. So single box pair pattern, which is, remember, it's these ones right here. Single box pair patterns right here. These just constantly rotate. And, you can look at your state, which ones like to hit the most. Like for Minnesota, 1 in general hits the most. I did the research on that, and that one hits the most from at least 8 years till not present day. So, 1, and there's a couple other ones. I don't have the sheet on me right now, but I think it was like, actually I do, it's right here. So I think it's like, it's okay. That's AB. So AB is a 1 and a 9 are some of the top ones to hit. And then in general, though, 1 is like literally across all time periods from 8 years, 7, 6, 5, all the way down to 6 months, 3 months, 2 months, 1 month. 1 is in every single one of those. And it's pretty high up on a lot of them. So if you see 1 has been out for a while, there's a good chance it's going to be used, Like I don't even know what was used today in Minnesota. Let me see. I don't think a 1 was used. But a 1 was used yesterday, say, and a 1 was used a couple days before that. 1 was used there. 1 was used there. 1 was used there. 1 was used there. See that? And it went out a little highest, and there's 1 there. Look at all the 1s there. Look at that. Remember, there's only 30 numbers in that box. All those 1s. So, so much I want to say. But I'm going back to the beginning of this video. This is what I like. I'm starting to kind of work with this, and then using the SBP or the box pair thing I just showed you with the front pair. You can do the exact same thing for numbers. You remember I was doing that, and I actually have it open right now on lottery odds. Sorry, lottery post. Guaranteed in Minnesota, when it's a single, one of these will be dropping, because look at this, 2, 2. There's the 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, bunch of 1s, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. Look at that. 1 dominates. There's a span of 5, right? 3, 4, 5, and then more ones. So it could go maybe 3, 4, maybe 5. Then guess what? So if you wanted to, you could find your state and do the same thing, and don't even look at the time. Don't even look at this stuff. Just look at the times drawn, because if you have the right time period, there's gonna be a 1. Okay, so you could just bank on it that one of these is going to be hitting here boxed like very soon in Minnesota. And I think a 0 is going to hit in Minnesota. So I really like tomorrow to look at these right here for Minnesota. Is it guaranteed to hit? No, of course not. And actually I think a double is kind of due. So I this would be something I just look at the end maybe, because I'm kind of looking at maybe a double hitting tomorrow. Well, no, wait, I was thinking of our state. And maybe double won't hit tomorrow. I really wanted to go over Maryland, because Maryland is actually, look at that, clean is due in Maryland. You'll notice there. Look at that. Very due. And to top it off, 0 is out in the general, because that's what I really like to look at. 18 draws. So that's really cool. That's something I could possibly get a big win on. So you could do clean, and you could do just the zeros. So go down to the clean, and I mean, this is a good start right there for Maryland. And then you can look at sums that are due, and bring this over to the slasher and start messing around with different filters and get this down. So, but it's already 26 minutes, so I'm not going to break all that down right now. Also, one last thing is, I don't know, I must have got rid of that. You'll see on here that Kansas's 6 is out too. So Kansas is out 6, and Maryland's out. And I don't know how long Kansas is out for, but sorry, I'm going through too much stuff. But I wanted to break that down, but I don't have time. So, but if you look at this, this is cool, because this shows you the single box per pattern once. You don't have to go through all the states. If you're playing online, I would recommend looking for ones that are combined. I know 10. Oh, and then, okay. And also, I'm sorry, one more thing right here at SBP. Remember, I always harp on that. There's nothing right now at the 1%, but watch this. 2%, Tennessee morning. Anybody playing Tennessee morning? That high odd, that's going to be dropping probably pretty darn quick, because high odd does not stay out long in any state. Let's just check out Tennessee morning and see what's going on. Now, it is just morning. It's not combined, so I'm not as interested in it, but let's look at it, because you just look at it as a one draw state. So look at this. There has not been a high odd since 510. And then there was one on 5-3. Then there was one on 4-25. Then there was one on 4-19. Then there was one on 4-15. There was one on 4-12. There was one on 4-6. You get the point. See? Look at that. They don't normally stay out that long. So high odds going to be hitting for Tennessee. And a single. There you go. If anything, go for a single in Tennessee morning. Maybe throw in the high odd. And what does that give you? What does that start you out with? Let's see. Go to SBPRS. And let's go to... we don't need to go to Tennessee, because I'm just looking at the numbers. Go to high odds right here. Is there any doubles in there? No. And then you can look at keys that are due and go from there. But this thing works great for these filters. And like I said, on the pair pattern filter, just look at this, and then look at your state, and if you're playing in a particular state, and see what hits the most. Like, what am I at right now? 2%. So it's way up 2%. Look how many more I added. So Wisconsin, no. That's at Tennessee. So Tennessee, what do they have right now? So it has 2. So 2's out the longest right now. Now I'm interested to see how long it's out. So let's go over to chances chart and go to Tennessee. Morning. Now let's just do it together. So 12 is out. Oh, this is the single box pair pattern. You gotta go to single pair pattern, not box. So 6 is out. 6 is out in yellow. Let's do morning. There's that one. Out 25. So that's probably gonna be a hit in here. You could do the 2 and the 6. I would do the 2 and the 6. I would do the 2 and the 6 because they're both yellow. One's yellow and combined. So I'd do reduced. I'd do this right here. Whatever. Oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? Copy that right there. Put that in the slasher, and then whatever else I said, no doubles. I'd get rid of doubles and start working the filters. And there you go. That's a great pool to fish out of because that, I mean, if you combine this with the high odd, that's going to be a very small pool. But I don't know if you want to, that's where I screw myself because I do too many filters. But I think you can be pretty good at it and picky with it and get a win. So anyway, I just want to show what I do with this SBPP and then some of the other stuff I was talking about, the front digit and stuff. So I think that'll be it for now. So, all right, have a good day.